Hey, check this out. This is Black Authentic Truth, and what I want to talk about is Kwanzaa. Now, Kwanzaa is a celebration that African Americans, are celebrating right now, basically during the time from December 26th to January 1st, to the first of the month, which is 7 days. And you see a lot of black people on your timeline, especially black women celebrating Kwanzaa. Um, a lot of black people don't know how it began, how it started. And, I'm gonna go into why black people in general shouldn't be celebrating Kwanzaa, no different than Christmas. I could make this video more elaborate, but I'm just gonna blaze through it and get to some of the facts. And then I'm gonna end with my conclusion on why is it that black people take up a lot of celebrations, participate in a lot of things that are counterproductive or actually have nothing to do with them, or in this case, was created by the United States government in cahoots with a black man. So Kwanzaa is a celebration of African American culture. Like I said before, it's held from December 26th to January 1st every year, right? A brother by the name of Ron Karenga started Kwanzaa, and it was specifically an alternative to American holidays. He believed that, Jesus Christ was psychotic and that Christianity was white people's religion, which the part about Christianity being a white man's religion, I believe that. Now, I'm not talking about the Bible per se, I'm talking about religion, which all religion is man-made. And religion loosely is based off of some kind of teaching or some kind of rules, which are the rules are in the Bible, but Christianity is something that was made up in the Byzantine Empire and the Roman Empire and passed down. So the Christianity that you see today in churches, and especially black churches, is one of the daughters of the religion of the Roman Catholic Church. So I agree with that. So Kwanzaa is derived from Swahili, meaning first fruits of the harvest, which is also a biblical term, first fruits. So the language itself is, ahistoric, meaning that it is not a language that the people that came in the Atlantic slave trade spoke. The idea to, use Swahili really means nothing, other than Ron Karenga wanting to make a celebration that was African in nature. I believe I read somewhere where he said he chose to make it African because black people in America wouldn't celebrate it if they knew that it originated in America, which was a clever idea if you think about it, because black people love everything that is quote unquote African. And what I mean by that, when I say black people, I mean black people in America. If it's something that has to do with Africa, black people will hop right on it, right? So you had 7 days, and for those 7 days you had different principles and affirmations. So the first day would have been unity, the second day self-determination, the third day collective work and responsibility, the fourth day cooperative economics, the fifth day purpose, the sixth day creativity, and the seventh day faith, right? So it also had a kinara, what they call a kinara, or a candle holder with 7 candlesticks. It may appear to you, it looks like a menorah, right? Kwanzaa, it takes a lot from different things. So you have the Israelite menorah, which would have been 7 candlesticks, excuse me. The Israelis today, or the Jewish people today, they have 9 candlesticks, but the overall idea is the 7 candlestick, the candlestick holder is indicative of the Israelite menorah. Then you have, the affirmations, which any organization, American organization, company or whatever, they have affirmations. Some religions, they have certain affirmations, certain principles that they go by in order. You have the red, green, and black, which, I believe that started with Marcus Garvey with the Pan-Africanism. So essentially, Kwanzaa takes from a lot of other different beliefs and practices and incorporates them into one. of this, celebration or observance Ron Karenga started in 1966. Now we're going to get to a deeper part about how Kwanzaa started. Now, many people say that Kwanzaa was not only invented by Ron Karenga, but also he was connected to the U.S. COINTELPRO Federal Counterintelligence Program, and this movement was directed at any black organization that rose up during those times. Now, Karenga, in his US organization, US meaning United Slaves Organization, murdered 2 leading members in the Black Panther Party in Los Angeles, Alprentice Bunchy Carter and John Huggins, and 2 more in San Diego, Sylvester Bell and John Savage. And to most reports, Mr. Karenga has never expressed any remorse for those murders or any part, in that plot. Karenga was later convicted with his wife for kidnapping and torturing 2 black women in his organization, and he served 5 years in prison for that. I'm gonna show you a video with Judge Joe Brown and what he had to say about Kwanzaa, the man that founded Kwanzaa, and the fact that he knew everybody that was around at that time. Okay, so we're gonna go to that video and then I'm gonna come back.
But LAPD through their SIS unit and the FBI recruited Karenga and his boys, and they were providing information on black activity. And they started that Kwanzaa thing so that they could bring black folk together and get them to talk, and so they could record it. And they had their little members taught them to do shorthand, and they going, "Oh, bro, why are you taking shorthand notes?" So we carrying on a conversation. And then a week later, the FBI picks you up from school. "We need to talk. What do you know about so-and-so?" And they're quoting you. God damn. Man, did they quote you? Yeah, man. Them orangutans, man, they was writing all that down. So I won't deal with Kwanzaa because it was a setup, 1966, over in Leimert Park. The park's right there on Crenshaw. And the whole thing was get black folk to come over and talk so they could be informed on to the SIS unit and to the FBI. So, there's all kinds of bad stuff behind it.
So the reason that I brought all of this up, the reason I'm even making this video, and I might make a more detailed, more informed video later, but it's the fact that black people celebrate anything. Black people will celebrate whatever brings them pleasure and makes them happy. No matter what you bring to them and show them, like, listen, you're celebrating something satanic, like in Christmas. I say, you celebrating paganism, you celebrating something satanic, and, for the most part, black people are still going to celebrate Christmas because it makes them happy, it makes them feel a certain type of way, And most black people really don't have any principles when it comes to what they celebrate, and they just do it because their mother did it, their father did it, their grandparents did it, and it was passed on to them. And they never actually do any research and ask, why are the reasons why we celebrate these things? Where did these things come from? What is the origin? You get what I'm saying? A lot of times we celebrate things and it looks good on the outside, but when you start doing your research and you'll find out the horrible beginnings, and you'll be surprised. So my point is, black people are people without an identity. We came here as slaves. We don't have an identity. Therefore, we want to be accepted, and we're willing to accept anything to feel included in something, or to feel like we have something that we can call ours. So my point in bringing all of this out with Kwanzaa is that Kwanzaa was allegedly started by an FBI informant. Not only that, he kidnapped and tortured black women and held them for days, and it's on record that he did 5 years in prison for it. And this is the observance that a lot of black women, a lot of black people in general are observing right now. And you're on social media posting pictures, making videos about how you celebrating Kwanzaa. But in reality, it really has nothing to do with Africa. It really has nothing to do with anything, but it was something that was made up to do surveillance on black people. As you heard in the video with Judge Joe Brown, it was about doing surveillance on black people and finding out what black people ideas was, what they were doing. No different than what they did with the Black Panthers and what they did with, Malcolm X and all black leaders. At one point in time, the main thing was to infiltrate groups. I believe it still is, to infiltrate groups and to find out what they was doing. So you're actually celebrating something that is a government creation. You get what I'm saying? So getting back to what I was saying is, like, black people are willing to celebrate anything. You tell them about how many times people have been molested in the Christian church, how many pastors have slept with men's wives, and black people are still going to attend that church. It's something that I can't even explain, but black people are still going to attend no matter how many L's Christianity has taken, with how it's destroyed the black community. You know what I mean? How people inside the church, and you all know, how people act inside the church. You know about all the scandals and the scandalous things that go inside the church. But that religion of Christianity, and I want to make it clear, not the Bible, but that religion which says that you can do whatever you want to do, and the Lord is going to forgive you, right? That religion keeps people coming back, keeps people, how can I say, steadfast in that. They don't want to, they will never go against it, even though they have facts right in front of their eyes. So it's the same with this. I don't believe that's going to stop black people from celebrating Kwanzaa, because we just a people that's a hard-headed people. We don't, truth can be right in our face and we don't care. We want to do what makes us happy. See, the problem is that when I bring this out and when black women, black men see this, they're going to say, well, I don't celebrate it because of that and all of that crap. Like, you bring out the fact that, Thanksgiving is the rape, robbery, and murder of the Native American Indians to steal this land. And a black person will say, well, I don't celebrate it because of that. I celebrate it because of family, and I, for the things that I'm thankful of. And it doesn't take away the origin of the holiday. That's what black people don't get. It doesn't take away the evil beginnings of the holiday. See, things are packaged real nice and they look good on the outside. But when you get to the root of the foundation and the origin of something, you find out that it was terrible and it was horrific. And a lot of times that don't matter with black people, because like I said in this video, even though it has a wicked and evil beginning, we'll still stick with it. So I feel that's the same thing with Kwanzaa. When black women hear that Ron Karenga had black women kidnapped and he tortured them for days, they're not going to care about that. You get what I'm saying? They're going to still celebrate Kwanzaa. And, that's just how black people are. We love pleasure more than we love facts and truth. Regardless of the facts that are right in front of our face, we're still going to stick to doing what makes us happy and brings us pleasure, right? So I don't believe that this video is going to stop anybody from celebrating Kwanzaa. At the very least, I would hope that it would make them do their research. You get what I'm saying? It would make you look into it and do your research. That's like, when I make videos not for people to take my word for it. I would rather you go and do the research yourself. I would rather you go do the research and, have the information and have the proof for yourself instead of hearing it secondhand. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the match to spark the fire. But the point is that we as black people, we want to celebrate anything. We are ready to celebrate anything and make anything ours, because we're people that don't have an identity. You know what I'm saying? We're people that are wanting for something to call ours. You get what I'm saying? So this is the history on Kwanzaa. I hope black people go and check it out. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. Let me know what you think about Kwanzaa. Let me know what you think about the information about Ron Karenga being connected to the counterintelligence agency, about him doing what he did to the black women in his own organization, and about him being the founder of Kwanzaa, or what black people call the replacement of Christmas that they celebrate today, right now. They celebrating it right now in America. So let me know what you think about that. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And I'm out. This is Black Authentic Truth.